The man Barack Obama appears to have chosen to be the next Attorney General is no stranger to the Justice Department. Eric Holder was Deputy Attorney General in the Clinton administration under Janet Reno. But could that role be a problem when it comes to the confirmation process? Joining us now from Washington, D.C. is Mike Duncan, Chairman of the Republican National Committee. Thanks for being with us today.
Savannah, good to be with you.
Well, as you know, the news today is that Obama has also selected former Senator Tom Daschle for Health and Human Services. As you know, the RNC issued a pretty tough reaction saying that Obama's filling his administration with longtime Washington insiders and that Daschle is no change agent. Is that your message today? Where's the change that was promised?
It is. It's a message that people are disappointed, that they had hoped for change in this country, and what we're getting are retreads. We're getting Mr. Pardon Me. Eric Holder, who was involved in Mr. Rich's pardon at the end of the Clinton administration. He was involved in pardons for Puerto Rican terrorists, someone who has to answer very tough questions when he goes before the confirmation process, because he actually advised Mr. Quinn, who was Mr. Rich's attorney, on how to get this pardon. That's never been clearly answered, and he's got to do that. And then there's Tom Daschle. I mean, what better Washington insider? He's a consultant for a lobbying firm here in town, someone who's been around for a long time, someone who will be no change, but it will be the only change that we'll get will be the change in your pocket after his nationalized health care proposal. Remember, he voted for and supported the Clinton health care proposal, so it's really no change for the American people.
Okay, but Mr. Duncan, if Obama had selected a slate of people with absolutely no Washington experience, total outsiders, wouldn't I be receiving a statement from you guys in my inbox lambasting this novice cabinet? Doesn't it make sense to get people with experience in this administration?
Well, you have to have experience, but all wisdom and all experience is not here in Washington, D.C. There's experience all over the country. We have governors, we have people involved in the healthcare industry in the country. There's a lot of different ways to get experience. Having someone like Tom Daschle, a divisive figure, come back and be involved in Eric Holder, someone who was involved in questionable pardons in the Clinton administration, that's no change. That's no hope for the future.
Well, speaking of the future, I know you're running for re-election as chairman of the RNC, but you do have some competition, Michael Steele, the lieutenant governor of Maryland, being one of them. Given what just happened in its 2008 elections, where you've lost House seats, Senate seats, not to mention the presidency, what's your pitch to fellow Republicans? Hey, you should keep me in this position.
Well, first of all, I've not made a decision that I'm going to run. We still have some elections left over. I'm very involved in Georgia. We've got to make sure that Saxby-Chambliss comes back and is our 41st vote, and we're involved in a recount in Minnesota right now, and I have people deployed in both those states. I'll be visiting there. We think Norm Coleman is going to be reelected. After we get through that, I'll make a decision. I'm very pleased that there's a deep bench in the Republican Party, and there are a lot of people who are interested in being chairman of this party, and we're having a great dialogue about the future of the party right now.
And how would you like to see the future of the party? What do you think Republicans should do to regain a majority eventually and get people voting for Republicans again?
Well, we have to reconnect with the American people. It's not about our philosophy, it's about the hope of the American people. They were very disappointed. The mood of the people was bad. We had the political headwinds of a third term consecutively for a political party, which is very historic, hard to do. We had a war, however just it was, that was unpopular. We had the economic collapse in the country. All these things brought down the mood of the people, and it's still a center-right country. The philosophy is still there. We just have to figure out the best way that we can connect with them. And that's a way of working with the message that we have. It's not giving up the principles of the party.
All right, Mike Duncan, keep us posted on your plans. Glad you were with us this afternoon.
Thank you.